What's up, y'all? This is Alberto from Me Versus You, and I wanted to make a quick video today talking about Silent Hill, specifically the Silent Hill transmission that was released just a couple days ago, and why I'm kind of disappointed about it. But hold on, I just wanted to say that I am still excited. It was still a lot of exciting news. Konami is remaking Silent Hill 2. They are also coming out with two new games, Silent Hill Townfall and Silent Hill F, which takes place sometime in the past. So we're getting a bunch of stuff game-wise. They're also releasing a new movie, and they're doing another project called Ascension, which is apparently going to be kind of an interactive story that you watch somehow, and you're actually able to determine the outcome of the story. People are going to be able to vote or something like this. So I wanted to give you a little bit of background about me and my history with Silent Hill so that you could get a better idea of where I'm coming from when I say what I'm about to say. So I used to not like horror at all. I didn't like scary movies. I was traumatized by Halloween and Michael Myers when I was younger. That was very difficult for me. And it made it difficult for me to get into new horror things. But being a gamer and just loving video games so much, eventually I finally played a little game called Resident Evil. Now, I had seen some gameplay of it before, you know, friends would have it or whatever, but I was too scared. I was too scared to play it myself. I finally played it. I loved it. I was a fan of Resident Evil pretty much ever since. And then I went on to play games like Dead Space, and the rest was history. I became so much more involved with the horror aspect of the media that I had been missing out on because I wasn't into it before, because I was too scared as a kid to enjoy it. So fast forward, because I never got a chance to play Silent Hill until recently. I missed out on Silent Hill because I was so scared of it, because with games like Resident Evil or even Dead Space, it's a physical entity. You know, I mean, Dead Space is a little whatever, but we're talking about zombies or some kind of horror where it's quote unquote realistic, or at least based on something that's tangible. A zombie coming at you, you shoot it. If you destroy the brain or whatnot, the zombie is dead. You're good, right? No, Silent Hill said this is in here. It's scary because it's in here. It's a psychological horror game. It's in the name. So I was too scared. I was too scared to play it. In 2021, around this time last year, I finally said I have to do it. It's a classic. I know so many people loved it, and a few of my friends told me that I should play it, and I did it, and I fell in love with Silent Hill. I argued that Silent Hill is actually scarier than Resident Evil in a lot of different ways. I mean, I still love Resident Evil, don't get me wrong, and it's not like I'm just saying I like one more than the other. I'm just saying, for me, playing Silent Hill was scarier. The uncertainty, the dread, just the overall violence and everything about it, and the uncanniness of the enemies and everything, just, it makes it creepy. It makes it really scary to play. So here's the thing. I played Silent Hill 1 and I loved it. I think I got a bad ending, but I might have to go back and see some of the other endings, because I know I skipped over some stuff and I missed the side quest and I didn't save one of the guys and the lady died or whatever, and so I got a bad ending. But I went and I was like, you know what, let me go right into Silent Hill 2. Now here's the thing. I did like Silent Hill 2. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it was a bad game or anything. I just felt like it was such a different story. And I mean, the gameplay was good and everything. It was still difficult and creepy and scary, but it was missing something. And I think for me, it just didn't have that same sense of dread. It didn't have that same sense of like, oh my gosh, like, because for some reason in the first game, you feel more helpless. Obviously, you don't really know what's going on a lot of the time. But in Silent Hill 2, it felt like some of the stuff was a little goofier, even though I know the original had its goofiness also. but there was something about it that kind of left me with like, that was good, but let's see what the third game has to offer, right? So I went into the third game, and I was like, oh, cool, they're reconnecting the stories. They're connecting the first story to the third, and it was a direct connection, right? And then I did like it, but it was kind of the same thing. I felt like I just was like, I was chasing after that feeling again from the very first one. So that being said, that's just my opinion as someone who did play it late in their life, which maybe if I would have played the originals back in the day, I would have liked it more or whatnot. But for me, the first one is amazing. The feel, the atmosphere, everything. So the reason I'm disappointed with the transmission is not because I'm not excited for these things, and not that I'm not hopeful that they do well, but because I need the original Silent Hill to be remade. I need Konami to reveal that they've been working on it this whole time too. I want that feeling back so bad, even with a new twist on it or whatever. If they want to, obviously they're going to update the gameplay, but I just really want them to remake the first Silent Hill. If they don't, I'm still going to play these games. From what we've seen, we haven't seen much, to be honest. We haven't seen a lot of gameplay. We've only seen, you know, the trailers that we saw obviously during the transmission, which look great. And I think there might have been a little bit of a snippet or two of gameplay in there, but I don't know. I think we're like chasing a unicorn, right? With the Silent Hill stuff. With PT, that initially was gonna bring me into Silent Hill, like, fandom. I know PT is hard to talk about, but all I want to say is that we're hoping that these teams behind making these games can create something that can even be close to PT. And PT was just a demo that you could beat in like not even an hour. So that being said, for it to be that terrifying, we just want something that's going to be close to that. For me, the first Silent Hill obviously was much different than what PT was going to turn out to be or what it would have been. But I feel like if they rehashed Silent Hill and possibly put a new twist on it or whatever, maybe they could come back to something that was like PT eventually. But back to the point, the main disappointment is that I'm not going to be as excited to play the second one, the remake, if we don't have the first one remade. It's just that simple. I don't know. I feel like it really deserves it. If the developers come forward and say, hey, surprise, we're working on Silent Hill 1 remake too, I'll delete this video. No, I don't know, but I'll say that I was wrong. And just in the sense of, you know, now how can I be disappointed, you know? But when I saw the reveal and I saw James right away, I saw that they were remaking Silent Hill 2, I was like, okay, maybe they're saving the best for last or something, and it just never came. We got these two other new games announced, a show and a movie and an interactive kind of show or something like that, and no original Silent Hill. So I'm sorry, as excited as I can be for this new content, I am very disappointed until, like I said, maybe we can get a surprise reveal and they'll say that they're working on Silent Hill, the original remake. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And really though, hopefully these newer games can leave a lasting impression. I know that some people are both concerned and excited, rightfully so. Also, we haven't really gotten anything new in Silent Hill in a very long time. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to help support me, go ahead and like the video and subscribe if you're not. Follow me on my other social medias. There'll be links in the description for where you can catch me live on Twitch. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then I'm also trying to post short form content, whether it be on TikTok or YouTube Shorts. It's bread. What was that? Oh my god. Oh! Too high, right? Oh! Oh! Oh, let's go with the fucking overkill. Let's go.